Hello, this is Free Liu, and you're watching The Shift Asia. Athena embodies wisdom and strength, promoting and inspiring a healthy lifestyle while fostering social awareness and sustainability. The brainchild Anja Juliah Abu Bakar, every purchase helps fund their menstrual hygiene awareness program, supporting underprivileged communities and enhancing their well-being. And we'll talk a little bit more about this in case you don't know what we're talking about. And I know us, and I've known Anja for the longest time. Now, I know you're doing many things now, but let's start with Athena first. And why? Let's go back to why you started it.
Hi, Freda. Thanks so much for the opportunity. All right, answering your question, their journey started way back in 2007 as a part-time business, and the transition to full-time was in July 2012. As a conventional enterprise for profit making, but everything changed in September 2012 when I was approached to sponsor washable sanitary products to the underprivileged girls in rural Sabah. That request opened my eyes.
Right.
I decided to sponsor 33 sets in December 2012 and started sharing on social media about how some girls were missing schools, right, 5 to 7 days each month due to their period.
Right.
And coincidentally, in the same month, I was invited to showcase my product at University Kebangsaan Malaysia, where they have a very special guest visiting, Prof. Muhammad Yunus, currently the acting Prime Minister in Bangladesh.
Right.
He is also the father of social business.
Yeah.
So when he stopped by my booth and learned about our efforts to provide menstrual products to girls in need, he said something that really changed my life. If I can remember, he said that you can help more underprivileged girls and women if you turn your business into social business. It was he mentioned it social business, right? I know nothing about society or social enterprise, but I was deeply inspired. And that night, I went home and started Google everything I could about Professor Yunus and social business, and leads me to social entrepreneurship. A month later, in January 2013, I launched a campaign called Girl Empowerment, where for every pet sold, only one set will be donated to a girl in need. There's also when I realized we were helping teenage girls who were at risk of dropping out of school. And since I was also a college dropout, but growing up in the city, I had access to information, role models, and opportunities. So many rural girls don't have that same exposure or inspiration. That's when I knew it was time to shift our business model from conventional to social enterprise, so we could do more, so more girls would believe in their potential, understand the importance of education, and stay in school at least until they complete their secondary education.
So it's so interesting what you're saying, Anja, because it's not too long ago when I hear this that we still have period poverty, that girls are in, and it's in Malaysia, it's in Sabah, that girls were missing school because of period poverty. They don't have access to pads. And of course, with reusable pads, you also save money and you're able to go to school. And the other thing also is that if you think about your conventional sanitary pads, there's plastic in it, right? How much plastic in conventional sanitary pads would a woman use in her lifetime?
Okay. When we talk about conventional sanitary pad, the one that we use as disposable pad, the pad itself contains up to 90% plastic. So when you think about it, a single woman can use more than 10,000 pads in her lifetime.
Wow.
And this add up to around 120 to 150 kilograms of plastic waste.
Per woman.
Per person, per woman. And these pads can take up to 500 to 800 years to decompose. This is not just an environmental issue, but a health and dignity issue for women as well. So that's why it pushes us to explore sustainable menstrual options through our social enterprise.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, so that's when you put that figure, and I was just thinking, I think my shelf life already, I would have contributed to that damage already. So now your business helps fund menstrual hygiene awareness programs, supporting underprivileged communities and enhancing well-being. Can you tell me a little bit more about your programs?
Okay. Our core mission is to tackle period poverty through education, empowerment, and access. So we sell eco-friendly reusable pads and channel a portion of the revenue to fund our menstrual hygiene education workshop in underserved communities, especially rural Sabah, Sarawak, and Orang Asli communities. And we go beyond just giving pads. We teach girls about their body, self-worth, and confidence. In some communities, girls skip school because they don't have access to pads. And our work ensure that no girl miss out their education because of her period.
Right. You know, so this whole idea with reusable pads, has the mindset been changed when it comes to reusable pads? They are more willing to use it now?
Okay, I can say yes and no.
Okay.
However, the awareness has grown, especially in urban areas and among younger eco-conscious users. But there's still a long way to go in breaking in the stigma lah. The stigma, especially in conservative or lower income communities. Reusable are still seen as dirty or old-fashioned, kind of conventional. That's why education is crucial. Once women understand the health, environmental, and economic benefits, they're more open to try. It's about reframing. Rephrasing. Okay. Empowering choice. Tu penting.
Okay. You also have a Sisterhood Alliance. What is that Sisterhood Alliance?
Okay. Back in 2011, I started to get myself network with many NGOs, especially women NGOs in entrepreneurship. And so when we gathered event, by the Ministry of Women, so I met many other women NGO leaders also tackling girls' issue. But for me, I mean, like from the conversation, I realized most of the NGOs tackle like the sedih-sedih part, those young, this part of girls, but where I cannot find any that really empower girls. So Sisterhood Alliance was born out of our experience. We women social entrepreneurs gathers, 9 of us, to have use our own experience navigating life as a young woman. It's a platform that empowers teenage girls and young women with leadership skills, life skills, and reproductive health education. So we run school programs, community outreach, and mentorship sessions. Our goal is to raise a generation of confident, informed girls who can break circles of poverty, abuse, and marginalization. So many of our programs also integrate SDG agendas to prepare them for purposeful future.
Right. So you got many things happening. You got your Athena, you have your Sister Alliance, and then this is also AspiresSustainable, which is also one of your initiatives. What is this, Anja?
All right. Because of my exposure being invited to many other countries, especially like Sweden, I was exposed to their mindset. I mean, especially on sustainability. And back then, 2016, I realized that I learned about Sweden being the most sustainable country in the world, and it excited me to know new things, to learn from other colleagues there in Sweden, because I was also become a mentor to the young changemakers. I give talk in schools, universities, colleges, NGOs, as well as corporate in Stockholm. It's a funded program by the government of Sweden. Right. So when back to Malaysia, I was asked to do sharing, and I realized that I mean, like not many SMEs like us to share our experience, especially when we embed like ESG sustainability in our business. So this is a part that some SMEs want to learn, and because if I want to offer training or under Athena, it is not suitable because Athena more for the century product. That's when AspiresSustainable is our latest venture since 2022 with my two other friends, Fazlina and Jacqueline. It's a boutique consultancy and training company that help businesses and organizations embed ESG practices into their core operations that help. So we work closely with SMEs, corporates, and government agencies to translate sustainability into action through workshops, strategic planning, and purpose-driven program. So we want to ensure that ESG is practical, profitable, and people-centered, especially for inclusive and social enterprises.
Right. So people-centered, a little bit more the S in the ESG.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Okay. And okay, another one you're involved in is the Malaysia Inclusive Entrepreneur Association. Banyaknya MyIE. I'm just wondering when you have time. But what are you doing there?
Okay, Malaysia Inclusive Entrepreneur Association is a network and movement we built to spotlight and support entrepreneurs who are solving social problems through business. So we gather all practitioners, at least they're already in the ecosystem more than 5 years. and already get their accreditation in social enterprise. So it's about building an ecosystem where change makers, especially women, youth, and underserved communities can thrive. And we would like to ensure that social enterprises, B40 entrepreneurs, and inclusive businesses have access to market, mentorship, finances, and the most important part is policy support so that they can grow sustainably.
Right. And I guess over your time in the various initiatives and helping social enterprises, how many social enterprises have you helped?
Okay, if I may count, I guess I have helped more than 100 social enterprises since 2016. Because I've been engaged by a few agencies, NGOs to help mentor and young, or I can say startups in social enterprise. But on top of that, I also run free online mentoring session for changemaker or changemaker wannabe over a 3-month period. So it's only once a month session, like in a group. Then they have another 1 hour one-to-one with me, and so each batch adalah 5 to 10 participants. The aim isn't necessary for them to start a registered social enterprise, but to understand the importance of creating meaningful community impact. I emphasize more that when we run community-based activity, it's essential to define the intended outcomes and prioritize the needs of the community over personal gain. So it's about cultivating responsibility and sensitivity in their initiative.
Right. I've been on this journey with you, Anja, seeing you grown and, doing so much work as well, right? And it's so interesting to see the evolution, evolution of Anja. But what drives you the most nowadays, and what are your future plans? I see you don't have enough things to do.
Okay, so what drives me now is the incredible circle of people I'm really blessed to have around me, mentors, collaborators, and fellow change makers who believe in my crazy or impossible ideas. Sometimes that's all I need. I mean, for others as well, that's all you need. People who see your vision, even before it becomes real.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
For my future plans, I'm preparing to pursue my PhD in 2 years.
Okay.
I want to consolidate all the lessons I've learned over the past decade as a social entrepreneur, especially in building sustainable impact, and contribute to for the knowledge base around social innovation, both in Malaysia and globally. And I also hope to document and share best practices that can guide aspiring change makers and policymakers in building a more inclusive and purpose-driven economy.
Right. And of course, if you want to know more about Anja, you can find her easily online, and do check out Athena. You have more products beyond the reusable pads. So do check that out. And, if you want to change, the life and reduce your plastic, women, that's a place for you. So thank you so much again, Anja, for your time. And for the rest of you, you've been watching The Shift Asia.